Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. It's been a minute since I shared my garden journal, garden planner with you guys, so I want to do a flip through of my August entries. And I also want to kind of share how this book is failing me and what I'm kind of thinking of doing instead for 2025, since I'm already in that kind of next year planner mindset. But let's go ahead and get started with the cover here. This is still in my Sojourner leather cover. I believe this is the Wheat and Ellie. I don't remember the exact leathers, but the size of this is the 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗍𝗍 size. It is slightly larger than the standard TN size. And I just have this cute little paper insert that was sent to me by Mary. I've been kind of shifting this around different planners, and I really enjoyed having it in my garden journal. The planner itself is the N1 Common Planner. This is the compact horizontal. I think it works beautifully for the size that I was going for in this planner, but I think it's going to be very different for me in future years. Anyways, this is also in a clear cover by Sterling Ink. So the clear cover and the leather cover together because I want to protect my stickers and stuff. The inner spread here, by the way, I get lots of questions about this. This is a washi tape from the washi tape shop, or a PET tape from the washi tape shop. I don't remember which one it is. I think I linked it when I did the original setup of this planner, but it is so much fun and I love how gilded it is, and it's just really, I love it. Okay. For the year at a glance pages, I'm still keeping up with my precipitation tracking. In August, we had like no rain. It was just dry and very, very hot. And honestly, that's going to be the consensus with a lot of what happened in August. It was dry and very, very hot. I also didn't share anything about July because I did my one book July challenge at the time. But we did get a few days of rain in July, and we've already started to get plenty of rain in September, which gives me hope that we're going to have a wet fall and not a wet winter. At least that's what I'm hoping for. For the other pages, I have done nothing new. I never colored in my garden. I haven't added anything new to my table here. And then for the quarterly pages, I have been keeping up with my temperature tracking. So even though I did not use this book in July, I filled out the temperature tracking here because I just like it to look complete. Like that's just, I like that a lot better. I also didn't plant anything or harvest anything in August. And July is when I harvested pretty much everything that was left in my garden before it turned to absolute crispiness because of how hot it got at the end of July. But I did end up going back through with a black dot marker and filling out the days that it rained on these spreads as well. And I think I like seeing it this way as well as the year at a glance way, because having it next to the days like this helps me see a little bit more visually how many days did it actually rain that month. I don't know. It's kind of nice to see. For a total of eggs at the end of July, I ended up with 159 eggs, which was just like mind-blowing. And then at the end of August, we ended up with 265 eggs totaled out for the whole month, which is just, again, mind-boggling. So if you have any really good egg recipes, please send them my way. I've been making lots of like egg salad, omelets, things like that, but I would love to have recipes to mix eggs into so I can use them up in like other recipes too, not just like eating eggs by themselves. I've also been feeding eggs to our dogs because we just have so many eggs, we don't know what to do with all of them. Yeah. For the monthlies, for July, I didn't end up doing really anything, again, because I was mainly in my one book July challenge, but I did make a couple of entries, like when our chickens actually started laying eggs. Our baby chicks are finally old enough now that they have been laying eggs. Obviously, we've gotten over 200 of them now. But yeah, they started at the beginning of July, and then our ducks also started mid-July, and it was before they even turned 5 months old. So I'm really happy with the age we got them to start laying at because they were big enough and healthy enough to go ahead and get started producing, food for us. For the month of August in the monthly section, I didn't really add too much else. Again, not a lot happened in August. It was just really, really hot, and priority was just keeping the animals alive because of how hot it was. And yeah, we had like 105-degree days for weeks at a time. Yeah, okay. So then for the weekly section, I'll go ahead and show July just so we can see that I didn't use this at all in July because I was in my One Book July challenge. And I'm okay with this because guess what? In August, when I tried to go back into this, I struggled. So this is my main problem with my garden planner now is the weeklies. I have not really been using them consistently for months. And I don't know if it's just this planner because previously when I was using a 𝗦𝘂𝗍𝗄𝐵𝐵 weeks, I had no issues using the weekly section. In fact, I was running out of room. But in this book, because it's a little bit bigger, I don't know if it's this size that's kind of like misaligning me with how I want to use it. I don't know. But I tried to do my weather tracking on the side here, tasks, notes about the day or what was going on, and then egg counting, a master list, and routine. And I think I did this for a couple of weeks and then I fell off. So, and I think it's mainly because it was just so hot outside that I wasn't really able to do anything. Like I didn't have anything growing anymore because everything had turned to ashes basically. Not really, it didn't just burn down. Like it just got really crunchy and wasn't alive anymore. And all I was really taking care of was animals, which is repetitive tasks that I do daily anyway. So there's no need for me to write them down. So I was only doing this for a couple of weeks in August and then I just stopped. I just left everything completely blank. Which I guess this is a good time for me to talk about kind of what I want to do for 2025. So I think I am going to go back to the 𝗦𝘂𝗍𝗄𝐵𝐵 weeks because it's a smaller size and also I think it worked better for me then and I want to go back to what was working. But I also think that I'm going to be taking some things out of this planner that are perpetual, so things that I just write down the same every single year and making a small booklet, like a perpetual booklet that I can take with me year to year to year in terms of like a monthly basis. Like things that I do monthly that are repetitive tasks, just have those in like a little book that I can take every single year that I just check it off every year until the book is done. I don't know if any of that made sense, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Smaller size and then having a separate book that I don't have to transfer information over and 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 over again from. Anyways, moving on into the notes pages of this book, I ended up doing my entries in the weekly or like the little section that I created for weekly entries. I enjoyed doing this for July and August. I still think this is what I mainly like about this planner is that I have plenty of room to make the entry that I want. However, since it's summer, I don't have a whole lot going on. I didn't end up wanting to preserve anything. We just kind of used up what we got and I didn't do any preservation this year, like no canning or anything. But next year, I think I'm going to try to plan for that a little bit better. I don't know. It was just really hot in August and I think that got to me, and along with like the struggles I was having, because like I was having a lot of family, like I had 2 deaths, like my cat died and my grandma died, and I was having a struggling July and then I struggled in August, and I think this is just, it is what it is. I wrote down what I did. I took care of what I could and it's fine. And I'm giving myself grace and I'm doing great now. But yeah, so I think that's kind of like how I feel about it, I guess, going into 2025 and like honestly the future months in this book, that if I don't get to it, I don't get to it, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, for the notes section in the back here, the second notes section, I should say, this is where I've been keeping track of like just various notes of what's going on. I didn't really have a whole lot I did back here. I don't think I added anything new actually. Okay, yeah, I just had the July update, which I may have already shown this, but these were the sunflowers that ended up growing, and then this was one of the tomato harvests I did. I just took some photos, which is another thing that I think for the rest of this year and into next year, I just want to take pictures and kind of stick them in, because it's a little bit easier for me to just stick a picture in, write a quick thing, and then move on. But yeah, I think going into a smaller sized book is really what's going to help me with this, because I think even though I had good intentions of it being bigger because I wanted something a little bit bigger, I think just having more notes pages is what I really needed, not necessarily the bigger size. Although I do really, really enjoy this size of planner for sure. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave the video off here. If you have any questions about this planner or anything, just let me know down in the comments. I'm hoping in September that I might be able to plant some fall things, maybe even some winter things in my garden. I'm not making a commitment to myself though, because it is planner season, and honestly I'm getting pretty busy with shop orders and stuff, so I want to make that my priority. So I don't know if I'm going to plant anything this fall. I may just wait until next year in the spring to plant again, but we shall see. But anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you're enjoying the transition of the hot weather into the nice, cozy fall weather. It's been raining a lot here, like I said, so I'm really excited for the leaves to start falling and turning orange and brown and just all of my favorite fall colors and cozy vibes. Anyways, have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.